Namaskaram. In this video, I'm going to talk about treatment of diabetes from Ayurveda perspective. In Ayurveda, the name given to diabetes in Sanskrit is Madhumeh, or you call it in Hindi sweet urine, because in diabetes, the glucose, the sugar gets in excess in the body, so it starts spilling in out in the urine also. That's why you must have seen for the diabetes, usually they do to check if somebody is having diabetes or not, they do urine test. So in Ayurveda we have three humors in the body. We call it Vata, Pitta, Kapha. So according to Ayurveda, diabetes is a Kapha disorder. Kapha is combination of water and earth element. Kapha is like slow moving and it gives obesity, lethargy, resistance to change. So you must have seen mostly the obesity gives diabetes. It is also a main cause of having diabetes. So diabetes is a Kapha disorder according to Ayurveda. So one must have intake of the diet that is for the Kapha Prakriti people, for the Kapha natured people. So for the Kapha, what happens? People when they have diabetes, the Kapha nature, they like to have sweets. So they feel like they feel the cravings for sweets, but this is what that increases the diabetes. So we have to do just opposite to it. So it says, Ayurveda says bitter is better. So the pungent taste and the bitter taste that Ayurveda recommends for the treatment of the diabetes. So let's talk about our Ayurveda routine and treatment for the diabetes. So the first thing is, when in the morning we wake up, what most of us we are doing is we just go and we go in the washroom, we just clean our mouth and we just so the first thing is we should not wash your mouth, and the first thing we should do is drink some water in the morning. Why I'm saying this? Because the saliva we have in our mouth in the morning, that is highly alkaline in nature. So it's very good to have intake of the saliva in the body. So the first thing is we can just have intake of some water other than just spill it out this saliva, which is highly alkaline. So this alkaline environment in the body, it kills all the diseases basically. The inventor of the cancer disease, the Nobel Prize winner, he had once said, if somebody is having more alkaline environment in the body, then no disease can exist in the body, even if it is cancer. So this is the first point. So we must tend towards alkaline diet. So this was the first tip. So in morning, just drink some water before cleaning your mouth. So then now the question is the temperature of the water. So we should always take water on the room temperature, or you can have little bit lukewarm water, not hot water, not cold water, and never take from refrigerator. So we can just take the water, and then another mistake people do is when we are drinking the water, we just stand up and we drink the water, which cause the Vata disorder according to Ayurveda. So we must always sit and have a sip of water. So because in diabetes, kidneys got usually damaged and affected. So if you are drinking a lot of water at a time and you are drinking it like quickly, so it will have effect on your kidney. So it's better to have less quantity of the water always if you are having diabetes. So don't drink more than 1 glass at a time, or maybe you can just live a little bit, even have little bit less than 1 glass. So yes, so when you are drinking this water, just sit down and take some time to drink this water. Like maybe you can take like 1 minute, just have sip. so that it won't affect your kidneys, it won't cause unnecessary burden on your kidneys. So this was the first thing about drinking water. So the another thing that Ayurveda recommends for diabetes is, like, we call it Gandush Kriya. There are two things I want to explain. The first thing is, it's better in the morning if you can have, we call it oil pulling also, if you can just have some oil in your mouth. So seasonal oil is better, so you can have, or you can just use any virgin oil. So for this, you can just take some oil in your mouth, and you can just squish it for as long you can do this. So this basically expels all the toxins out of the body, because you see, any disease, when it comes in the body, it's like an accumulation of the toxins in the body. So this also helps. Then next thing you can do is, when you are taking shower, after taking shower, it's good if you can just use some pure cow ghee. Ghee is clarified butter. If you can use some pure cow ghee, you can just have some cow ghee inside your nose. You can put some inside your nose, and then while sleeping, you can just apply some little bit of the cow ghee on the base of your feet also. That is also an effective remedy. So after this, I was telling you about bitter is better, right? So bitter, when I say bitter, what comes to people's mind? People think of aloe vera, some think of bitter gourd, some people think of neem tree. So yes, I'm going to explain how to consume these things. So okay, let's talk about neem first. So neem is very good for diabetes, but you have to be a bit cautious about it. So I won't recommend you to consume neem every day. So yes, before I start explaining you any Ayurvedic treatment, I expect from you that after 45 days you must give it a pause. So after 45 days, just give some pause to the treatments, all the herbs, all the supplements, all the Ayurvedic things you are taking. And because when we take something for long time, so then it affects in the body, reduces. So, and it's not good to have excess of anything. What is poison? Poison is like excess of anything, right? That is poison. So when you are taking anything, any herbs, medicine, so after 45 days in Ayurveda, we recommend people to at least wait for 15 days, wait for the 15 days. So yeah, but the treatment I'm going to explain here is that applies for the I'm telling about to wait after 45 days. This thing applies for the herbs and the supplements. It doesn't apply for the diet guidelines. The dietary guidelines, you should follow. You can it's not like after 45 days you can start eating junk food and all this. So yes, that you can follow for every day. That's not about only 45 days. So okay, I was talking about neem. So neem is a very potent, it is having potent effect for diabetes. But yes, you should be always cautious about overuse of neem, because there is a fact that when somebody consume neem for long time, so it can have effect on your eyes. And if somebody is taking too much neem, so it can even cause blindness kind of situation. So it affects the eyes. So too much use of neem, overuse of neem is not good. But yes, neem is good for diabetes. So you can consume neem for the diabetes. So for neem, you can take the leaves, the new leaves, the soft one, the new leaves of the neem that you can consume. That is very good for the diabetes. So other than neem, the other bitter thing I was talking about was aloe vera. For aloe vera, it's better if you are buying it from the market, then take the full fiber one, in which there is fiber of aloe vera. But I won't recommend you to buy it from the market. Aloe vera is very easily grown plant. If you can grow it in your place, so that is very nice. So but when you are growing aloe vera, and when you cut the aloe vera, So you must know some facts about the aloe vera, like when you cut it, so you must be seeing that on the base of it there are some droplets coming, some yellow. So it's not good to consume aloe vera as soon as you cut it. You should keep it in the erect, like this position, and the downside where it is cut. So let the droplets, the yellow thing droplets, let it drip out. Then after this you need to wash it. You just keep it erect like this for some time, at least 1 hour. I'm telling you for this because this is like some slow poison thing into it. So those pharmacies, those Ayurveda experts, they use it, they know it. So first they let this go out of the aloe vera plant, then they use it. So after this, the gel in the aloe vera that you can use, you can make a juice out of it, or you can just eat it. But yeah, that is going to be bitter. So in the juice, yes, you can use some honey. So you might be thinking, okay, the honey, can use honey in the diabetes? Yes, you can use honey in the diabetes in a limit. So after this, the next thing is I'm talking about bitter gourd. So bitter gourd, that is having very good effect on the diabetes. It's very good if you can drink like at least 30 ml of bitter gourd juice every day in the morning. But that's the same thing for 45 days. After this, just wait for some days and again you can drink it. So just remember, when you are using the juice of bitter gourd, don't forget to remove the seeds out of it. So to make the juice, you can just remove the seeds from the bitter gourd, then you can use it. Then you can just crush it in your mixture, mixie. And it's always good to have the fresh juice. Some people, what they do, they just make the juice and they put it in the refrigerator. They refrigerate it so that they can use it for the next day. And this, just don't be that lazy. So it's very good, very nice to expel the fresh juice every day, and it won't take much time. You can just use your juicer, this thing. So bitter gourd we can use in some other ways also. There's some other interesting ways, I would say, to use the bitter gourd. One interesting way is you can make a powder out of it, or even you can get in the organic stores, you can get the powder of the bitter gourd, that you can take like 2 grams. You can consume 2 grams every day, 2 to 3 grams of the bitter gourd powder. Or what you can do, you can just cut the bitter gourd in small pieces, and then you can just dry it out in sun. If you're getting the good sun in your place, so you can just dry it, and after this you can just make the powder out of it and you can preserve it. That is also a good way. So the interesting use of the bitter gourd I was going to tell you here was I would say shoes or the slippers of the bitter gourd. That might be sounding a bit awkward to you, right? So let me explain you how to make it. So for this, I recommend you to use the kind of shoes or the slippers that are washable, that you can wash very easily. So for this, you can have the bitter gourd. You can crush it. You can crush the bitter gourd, and that you have to put on the base of your shoes. That should touch the base of your legs. Don't use socks or something in between. It should touch your skin. So after this, when you are going for a walk, so you can just put on your slippers, put on your shoes. It's better if you have such shoes. Then you can walk with it. So after 1.5 hours, or maybe after 1 hour, you might start feeling very bitter taste in your mouth. So here your work is done. So after this, you can just remove it. You can just throw that, and you can just wash your shoes. So this is also a very interesting use of bitter gourd. We say it bitter gourd shoes. So this was about the use of the bitter things. Also, I'm going to explain in next videos in some home remedies that how to make the juices of these bitter things with the other components also. So after this, let me talk about the diet guidelines according to Ayurveda. So the first thing is not for only diabetes. The general rule according to Ayurveda is we should eat 50% raw and 50% cooked. You see, we humans, we are the only creature in the nature who cook everything. Every food we want to eat, we want to cook. And other animals in the nature, they are eating raw, and they are far more healthy than us. They don't need doctors every day like us. So the rule is 50% cooked, 50% raw. So if you can follow this rule, that is going to be always helpful for you, not only for diabetes, for any sort of disease. So other than this, now we should come to what kind of food you should eat, what kind of food you should avoid. So nowadays the problem is people, they want to eat, they eat lot of processed food, ultra processed food, right? So this processed food, it always contains contains some sugar, and the processed food should be avoided. If you are having diabetes or in any condition, it should be avoided, the processed food. So in my other videos, all the food I'm talking about, I'll be explaining all this in detail, that what to eat. There will be a full list in the other videos, what to eat, what not to eat, about the processed food, refined food, this food. Here I'm just giving you a brief guideline, brief intro, that what to eat, what not to eat. So I would say eat clean. So when I say eat clean, it includes no processed food, it includes no frozen food, no refrigerated food, it includes no non-veg. We shouldn't eat, if you are having diabetes, it's better to avoid non-veg. I will be explaining it later, what you can eat if you really want to eat non-veg, what to avoid and what to eat. So then, other than this, you should avoid having artificial drinks, this coca, this soft drinks, this cold drinks, and the alcoholic beverages. This should be avoided. Then the refined food, the refined oil should be avoided. Then this white salt, white sugar should be avoided. Then the refined oil, most of the people are using for their cooking, that need to be avoided. So this is the list of eating clean. And yes, white flour should be avoided. So most of the bread people, they use the white bread. There is a saying, whiter your bread is, nearer your death is. Yeah, that's true. So if you are eating bread, then at least see if you can get the whole wheat bread, or you can the whole grain bread. Even wheat is not that good. Now you are getting nowadays multigrains bread and this, and in the whole. So that is far better. Even when you are eating the dals and all, so that is also recommended, that you should have all the things with their peels on. So the food, that is because most of the nutrition in the food, the fiber lies in the food, in the peel. But the thing is, most of the food we are eating, we just remove the peel and then we eat. So the fiber content is mostly lost, most of the nutrition is lost. So for the diabetic patients, I always recommend to have high fiber diet. So don't remove the fiber content out of the food. And then the preserved food also needed to be avoided. The preserved food, like nowadays we are having canned food, frozen food also we are having, and so many of the preserved food, jams and these achar, jams and all, ketchups, people use a lot of salt and lot of sugars to preserve them. So this is also needed to be avoided. So there is also one principle of Ayurveda, that the food that doesn't get air for long, that doesn't get sunlight for the long, that is not good for you, that is not appropriate for eating. So, and also if I see with the energy techniques, with the energy healing perspective, so the food that goes inside the refrigerator and that is canned, that is not having prana basically. So yes, that makes you sluggish, that makes you slow, that makes you sick. So it's better to avoid this refrigerated foods, and frozen foods needed to be avoided. It's better if you are cooking, just eat the fresh food. And it's Ayurveda says it's better to consume your food after cooking within 2 hours, 3 hours, maximum 4-5 hours. You should consume it. Don't keep it for too long, because then oxidation process starts, a lot of changes happens in the food. It also loses the nutrition value also. And when you are refrigerating the food, that the food is losing the nutrition value, it is using its energy, the prana, vital energy also is going away. So it's better to eat the fresh prepared food. So this was about eating clean food. And then like there are certain like vegetables like potato, sweet potatoes, peas, yams, that you can eat in the moderation, or it's better to avoid them. And then like banana, you can avoid it's better if you can avoid banana. And there is one fruit called jamun. It's an Indian fruit. You can even get it online. So even the powder of the seeds of the jamun, or if you can get the jamun, that is a very beneficial fruit, very good fruit to eat in the condition of the diabetes. So these are the like and the vegetables I was talking, like potato, sweet potatoes, you just try to avoid this or you just eat them in the moderation. So yes, the citrus fruits, they are very good in diabetes. All the citrus fruits, all the green leafy vegetables, they are very good in the diabetes. And so this some people, they ask me, okay, fruits, they also contain the sugar, they are also sweet, but the sugar, the kind of sugar they contain is called fructose. That is the kind of sugar that is easily assimilated and digested by our body. That doesn't increase our diabetes, so you can eat it. So I was talking about the sugar, white sugar. So white sugar is like a white poison that also need to be avoided. For this, either you can use the brown color one, or in India we have something we call it jaggery. In jaggery also, the dark color one is very good if you can get the jaggery, because I think internationally this is also available right now. I'm in Mauritius, but I'm getting that Indian jaggery here, the dark color one, that is very nice. So I prefer to eat it rather than eating that the white sugar. So I prefer the jaggery thing, so that you can consume, because like the cholesterol it gives, it's not like not the LDL, not the bad one, not the LDL one. It has gives like HDL one. So other than jaggery, I was talking about salt, the white salt. If you might be having the question that then what to consume instead of white salt. Instead of white salt, you can use you can consume the Himalayan salt, you can consume the black salt, the pink salt. If I just compare the salts, like the white salt and the Himalayan salt, so one salt, the Himalayan salt, is like a king, and the white salt is like a beggar. Like the white salt is having like 3-4 micronutrients, and the Himalayan salt, that salt, or we call Sindhav salt also, they have like 94-95 micronutrients required by our body. So it's always better to avoid this white salt and consume the either rock salt, Himalayan salt, Sindhav salt, black salt, pink salt. There are many salts available in the market. The natural ones, is better to consume them over the white salt. So it was about a little bit about the dietary guidelines. Yes, I was talking about the non-veg food. So it's always better to avoid non-veg. And initially, at least for the 45 days when you start your treatment, I request you to avoid for non-veg for the 45 days, and then you see the difference by yourself. So but after this for the diabetes especially, it's always better to avoid the red meat. The red meat is doesn't go well with the diabetes. Still, if you want to have some non-veg, you can have some skinless chicken, skinless turkey. And the fishes are also rich in omega-3 fatty acids, so you can have fishes if you want to have if you cannot avoid eating non-veg food, so you can eat this sort of non-veg rather than eating this red meat. But it's always better to avoid non-veg, because non-veg is a kind of food that creates lot of negativity, lot of not only negativity, it also creates lot of toxins in the body. And when there is a lot of toxins in the body, then we get more disease. So there's a lot of research about it, that vegetarians are far more healthy than non-vegetarians. So let's not get into this argument. So it's up to you, but it's I can only advise according to Ayurvedic perspective that it's better not to eat non-veg food. So other than, I was talking about the not using these cold drinks, soft drinks, and these alcoholic beverages. It's better if you can just have buttermilk over it, or you can have milk over it. So about the milk and the dairy products also, it's better if you avoid the full cream milk, full fat milk, yogurt with full yogurt, like full cream yogurt, full milk yogurt. So it should be, and the sweetened soy milk, the sweetened almond milk, full milk, like full fat. So it's better to avoid. It's always better to have the skimmed one. Even if you are having Yoplait, yogurt, curd, so it's better to have the one which is from the skimmed milk. So never consume, if you are having diabetes, always the dairy products if you are taking, so consume the one which are having no fat, which are skimmed, the low fat one, that will be far better. And if you want to consume alcohol, you cannot control, so it's better you can have dry wines, you can have the light beers, that will be better. And with or you can have neat alcohol with the neat, but it's always better to have alcohol once you have your food, after you finish your food, so that will be having less better impact on your health, less bad impact on your health. And you can use some, if you are mixing it with something, then you can use the diet tonics, there are many diet tonics without which is not having the sugars, so you can mix with such things. So you can use lime and lemon, these drinks you can use to mix with. So it was about the dietary guidelines. In my next videos, I will be talking about the medicines Ayurveda prescribes, the kind of medicines we can take in these conditions, and some home remedies. Thank you.